If the police came, you should have said, "Ha! I am a god cow! Wow! Psha, wah, wah," and he would have destroyed the police. Everybody would be like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Look at this mad cow! This is really a mad cow." وَلَا يَمْلِكُ لَهُمْ ضَرًّا وَلَا نَفْعًا, and it does not possess for them any harm or benefit. فَالْعَادِمْ لِلْكَمَالِ وَالْكَلَامِ وَالْفِعَالِ لَا يَسْتَحِقُّ أَنْ يُعْبَدْ. The one who lacks perfection, lacks the ability to speak, and lacks the ability to have actions is not worthy of worship. وَهُوَ أَنْقَصُ مِنْ عَابِدِهِ. Rather, he is even more deficient than his worshippers. Yani the statue is in a lesser status than the worshippers of the statue. And that reminds me of a story I've mentioned back in the day for our Hindu people, and you cannot call them brothers, by the way. I've heard many people involved in da'wah, they say our Christian brothers, our Hindu brothers, our Buddhist brothers. Yeah, Shaykh al-Qabila, these are not your brothers, not even in a bazillion years, not even in a Brazilian year, not even in the Uruguayan year. They will never be your brothers. So don't ever use the term brothers for disbelievers, because they're not your brothers. إِنَّمَا الْمُؤْمِنُونَ أُخْوَةٌ. Verily, the believers are the brothers. Those are some human beings. They are humans. Those humans, I remember it was in the UK, I think, and they were all worshipping a cow. And the cow was afflicted with the mad cow disease, I think. It was the mad cow disease back then that was prevalent. And the authorities decided to kill the cow. They said, this cow, we have to get rid of it, otherwise it's going to contaminate or it's going to spread the disease among others. And so they gave those people an appointment, a day on which they will come and claim the cow. And so there's a video of this on YouTube. I don't know if it's still there. I saw this like 10 years ago. And then they were all like, they made this gathering and they wanted to put forth the most worship they can before their cow gets captivated and exterminated. And so, like it's their last moment to worship as much as possible. And they show you all these people, that are supposed to be smart, but they're obviously as dumb as they get. And they're all sitting there crying. They're crying, and they're worshiping the cow. A cow that goes moo. That's as good as it gets with a cow. A cow can even speak. And the most the cow can do is give you some milk, or become a burger, or moo for you. You know what I'm saying? And they were like crying that their God is about to be killed. And then the police came and they took the cow away, and the people were like, oh, and they drove, and everybody was like devastated. They fell on the floor. Ya Allah, Ya Allah.
When you break into a temple, desecrating that place of worship and destroying life, that is a violent act contrary to the laws of God. And they will suffer a reaction from that. Horrendous reaction for generations.
God has given life, and if He wanted life back, He would take it. Who are we to take the life?
And then I thought, like, what in the world, man? Like, if this was a God, don't you think first of all, it wouldn't be sick? It wouldn't die? Man, the cow is helpless, man. Man, you are better than this cow that you're worshipping. So if you were making dua for it, for whatever the heck you wanted, it cannot help itself. How is it going to grant you anything? You silly fool. You silly fool. Like, use your brain, for God's sake. Humans, use your brain. Dude, the animals are smarter than this. Allah at least told us about the animals. وَإِن مِّن شَيْءٍ إِلَّا يُسَبِّحُ بِحَمْدِهِ. There's nothing except that it glorifies the remembrance of Allah. وَلَكِنْ لَا تَفْقَهُونَ تَسْبِيحَهُم. But you don't understand the glorification. أُولَٰئِكَ كَالْأَنْعَامِ بَلْ هُمْ أَضَلُّ. Allah says these kuffar are like the cattle. No, they're even more astray, because the animals know La ilaha illallah. Even though there's no accountability for them, and there's no Yawm al-Qiyamah, and there's Yawm al-Qiyamah, but there will be no Jannah and Nar. We all know that Allah Azza wa Jal will judge between them, and the ram which used to fight with the other ram, they will reconcile between them, and they will, what's the term? Retribution. It will be retribution, then everything will turn into dust. That's why the kafir will say, وَيَقُولُ الْكَافِرُ يَا لَيْتَنِي كُنْتُ تُرَابًا. When he sees all the animals turn into dust, the disbeliever will say, I wish I was dust like them, because I don't want to deal with what comes after. I don't want to deal with what comes after. So the animals are actually in a better state than these humans who continue to worship things that they made. Similarly, we have a clip of the Christians carrying a statue of Mary, who's their, the mother of God, and then, a bunch of old men are carrying her, and one of them trips, and then the thing falls, and the whole crowd's like, ah! Their God just broke. Like, people. And then you don't appreciate Islam? You don't appreciate Islam after this? You see, if this was the only sign of the beauty of Islam, then that's sufficient, wallah. That is sufficient. Versus cow worshippers, monkey worshippers, snake worshippers. Man, Hindus have actually gods that resemble private parts. They represent a male private part and a female private part, and they have it in a statue. They go worship that. They worship, elephant with 16 ears and 15 legs and 14 madri ايش, giraffe over a gorilla with a batikha carrying a mango, or a fat man, Buddha, an overweight dude who couldn't even manage his own weight problems. Sitting there and they put fruits on it. Shaykh, uqsum billah, what are you doing? Christians worshipping Jesus, the God, the Son of God, the Mother of God, and every Tom, Dick, and Harry, every saint, Saint Francis, or Saint Paul, or Saint Kuku, Saint Tutu, and each one has a role. When they have a problem, they go to this saint. Like this saint knows what's going on. This saint is dead, probably burning in hell. You come to Islam, لَيْسَ كَمِثْلِهِ شَيْءٍ وَهُوَ السَّمِيعُ الْبَصِيرُ. There's nothing like unto him, and he is the all-hearing, all-seeing. وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٍ. And he has nothing comparable to him. لَمْ يَلِدْ وَلَمْ يُولَدْ. He did not beget, nor was he begotten. We don't know what Allah Azza wa Jal looks like. We don't know. We don't have a form, a shape. We don't worship what these idols and these statues that they have come up with. We worship the Creator of the heavens and the earth. That is the sign of the validity of Islam. For every human whom Allah created that have a natural disposition, they know that, but they be playing games. Anyways.
Thanks for watching this video. Subscribe and click on the notification bell. Like, comment, and share with friends and family.